Casey's Audio Vault.
Tim Fletcher from the Stills.
May 14th, 2009. Tim, how are things?
Things are going great. You know, we're midway through this short sort of Western Canadian tour, and it's a good vibe.
How was Australia? You were just did a bit of a stint with Kings of Leon out there.
Yeah, no, Australia is a fantastic place, and it was our first time down there, and it was summertime. It was really hot. We're at the beach pretty much every day, and we were drinking all kinds of really big Australian wines and hanging out with Kings of Leon. I think it was one of our best tours of all time.
Was it a lot of big venues or any festival dates, anything like that?
The first date was a festival date in Perth, which is actually the furthest away from home that any of us could be on land to play a show. And then the rest of the shows were absolutely huge venues because it was Kings of Leon, and they outsold U2 and Coldplay and AC/DC, and they were the biggest selling act of 2008. So all the rooms we were playing in were like 25,000 people, enormo kind of arenas. It was just really mind-blowing and, you know, breathtaking to see these guys who have been our friends for many years playing to that many people on such a big stage.
Do you like playing to 250,000 people like that, or do you prefer the bar gigs like we got coming up tomorrow?
Well, it's not 250,000 people, it's 25,000 people, so it's 250,000 people. Quarter of a tenth of a million.
Well, I was looking at, I guess last year in Quebec City, it was the 400th anniversary, and that was 250,000 people, wasn't it?
Yes. That was a little over 250,000 people, and that was completely strange, awesome, surreal experience. You know, you realize that, like, we're all just made up of a bunch of tiny individuals. We're like ants, you know. And when you play to like a blob of plasma that is people that big in front of you, you're just like, you know, you're just part of it. You're just another part of it doing something within it. It's really weird.
Does it stop you in your tracks and like mid-song you kind of just look out and realize?
Before you go on stage, you're kind of looking out, and it's a really weird, massive thing to be looking at. But then when you get on stage, you're like, well, you know, the reason we're here is because Sir Paul McCartney approved us and listened to our music and deemed it good enough. So that's a check on the list right there. And we were asked to be there to do what we do best, and that's just go on stage and do our show. So once you get up on stage, you just end up reverting to form and doing your best to enjoy yourself.
With touring Australia, like last time the Stills were on the Rock Report, you talked a little bit about your love of Scotch. Were you able to find all the right medicine in Australia?
Yeah, ourselves and Kings of Leon are both very into all kinds of wines, and we like to sort of give each other tips and stuff. And they definitely have the budget to back up some of their desires, and so we got to benefit a little bit from that. But, you know, we didn't really go for scotches or anything like that. I think next time we tour England and go back to Scotland, we'll definitely get into that vibe, you know.
Sorry to talk about Kings of Leon. Like, you've known them for a long time. Has the only thing changed with those guys just been the budget, or they've stayed pretty feet on the ground?
Those guys are extremely down to earth. They're human beings like everybody else, and you know, the myth that surrounds them it has a lot of truth to it too, but they're, you know, really giving and down-to-earth guys who are really in and just to make music and make a career out of making good music.
Congratulations getting a couple Junos.
Yeah, thank you.
Oceans Will Rise got Best Alternative Album, and were you kind of shaking your head at winning Best New Group?
Honestly, I think we were just happy to win that, you know. It was like this first category that was up for an award and of that night, and we won, and I was just really happy that we did, and we joked around a little bit about it when we accepted the award, but we've never been nominated for a Juno before, so anyone who's nominated for first time can be up for Best New Group. You could be 45 and have 10 albums out, and you could still be up for that award, and it would be even sillier, you know, so we'll definitely take the award. You know, I mean, you need 2 Junos to have good bookends. It takes 2.
Yeah, well, who gets it? You got like five guys in your band. Who gets the bookends?
I think all the members of the band get a pair of Junos, but anyone else who wants one has to buy one. Parents, record label, managers, all that stuff. So, and it's like $400 or something. But each one is like made by an artist. So there's like different air bubbles in each one. or something like that makes it different. I don't know.
So it's like a snowflake.
It's like a snowflake, exactly. But, thank God it doesn't snow Junos, because people would die.
Well, when are you guys going to take a break? It's been, how long have you been on tour? Because it seems like you were just here a few months ago.
Yeah, I mean, we've been on tour since, I guess, early August 2008, and we really haven't stopped at all since then. But we've managed to find enough time to write a bunch of songs, and after this tour, in about 3 or 4 days, we're going to return home and convert our rehearsal space, which we share with Sam Roberts, into a makeshift studio, and we're going to record our next record and do it all ourselves, produce it, record it, arrange it, write more, and just do everything in our space ourselves during the summer. So that'll be a break in and of itself. We'll be at home and revitalizing.
Well, Tim, I appreciate you giving the Rock Report a phone call. And the Stills are tomorrow night at the Pyramid Cabaret. We're going to finish off with the latest single from Oceans Will Rise. It's I'm With You. Thanks so much. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you so much. Looking forward to it.
All the interviews you want on iTunes and at Power97.com. Casey's Audio Vault.
Casey Norman is Power 97's music director and can be heard every weekday from 2 till 6 in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada.
Power 97 is Winnipeg's best rock.